With the shoot 'em up genre being a favorite of mine, I was interested in checking out Freedom Finger that's now made its way over to consoles. But is this one you can put your finger on why it's so great? Or should this one have its freedom stripped away? Freedom Finger is a humor-filled horizontal shooter that will remind you of classic shoot 'em ups like the Gradius series. The game's humor won't be for everyone, as it is quite crude at times, though you can actually censor some of the things in the options, such as censoring the middle finger anytime it ends up appearing, or censoring the language itself, whether in the text or in the dialogue. The game is broken up into two modes, the story mode being the big one, with the arcade mode being more of a level select kind of practice mode where you can go in, play the levels, and go for just a high score in one stage instead of playing through the entire campaign. The campaign is quite crazy as you go through the various levels. Each world that you travel to has several levels in each, concluding usually with a boss encounter. You'll end up starting off with some pretty basic space-like levels, but soon things get a little bit crazier, and I don't want to spoil too much about the story or anything like that, but if you're a fan of when shoot-em-ups go outside the box, this is one that does that for sure. The gameplay is a little bit different than your traditional shooter. Your finger weapon that you have is your main blaster, but you're also able to use your hand to ship to punch enemies as well as grab certain enemies. Throughout the game, there are some enemies you'll be able to grab and actually use them as a weapon with different firing power and the like. This basically replaces power-ups, though there are still two power-ups that you'll be able to find, one to bring back your health and another one to give you a shield. This mix of firing and punching enemies leads to some great action situations, getting around bullets by punching and avoiding them that way, or punching certain objects that are in the level and knocking them back into other enemies, destroying them that way. The overall gameplay is a lot of fun. This goes into the boss encounters as well, which will put up quite a challenge. Usually you'll end up losing a few times before you're able to finally best them, but it's very satisfying to do. Presentation-wise, I was very happy with what I saw, not only from the graphics department with all the different characters, enemies, and the like. They're always changing up in the different levels, so you're seeing new stuff as you go through the course of the game, new backgrounds, new enemy typings, and the game's soundtrack, made up of licensed songs, is quite good as well, and even affects the gameplay. Enemies and bullets and the like will be affected by the music you're listening to, which I enjoy, but I know there will be some that will find that a bit of a distraction. The campaign will take you a little while to get through. There's also branching paths based on dialogue choices that you make throughout the course of the story. The game in general has around 40 levels for you to go through. From the technical side of things, there was no glitching, but the game did end up locking up on me on a couple of occasions at load screens. Thankfully, I didn't lose any progress though because of them. Freedom Finger is available now on the PlayStation 4 for $14.99, and it does feature a Platinum Trophy. The game is also available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PC. Overall, if you're looking for a challenging shoot 'em up, this one may be for you. The overall humor is not going to be for everyone. There is the censorship options, as well as there's also some accessibility options as well to make the game a little bit easier for those that maybe aren't as familiar with these kind of shoot 'em up games. With everything said though, I'm going to be giving the game an 8 out of 10. That's going to wrap up this review though. I'd like to thank you for watching, and of course, I hope you enjoyed.